everyone. Welcome to Wager Talk. My name is Minty, and joining me today is Teddy Covers at Teddy_Covers and Brian Leonard at B Leonard Sports. We've got the Rose Bowl to talk about, Wisconsin Badgers and Oregon Ducks. I think the line is set pretty low here. Why is that? I mean, I think when people see this matchup, they think that Wisconsin is just like far better than the Ducks. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I've.
Yeah.
Really?
The line was high.
Oh,
Well,
I
don't think the
was
line
thinking it's a
is
little
high,
low, but maybe
their
I'm just.
rankings are within 2, I believe.
But I also don't bet on college football, so that's what. What do you think, Brian?
Yeah, I think the line's slightly short here. I kind of.
Interesting.
I kind of just the way the game is going to play out. I think I like Wisconsin a little bit here. Wisconsin's a team that runs for 5.4 yards per carry against a conference schedule that is very good against the run. So that's more impressive than it would be for some of the other conferences. When you take a look at the quarterbacks coming into the season, Cohn wasn't even their guy behind center, and then he's put up a 17-4 touchdown to interception ratio. Herbert was the guy who was supposed to be the #1 draft pick from a year ago, and he's a 32-5 touchdown, which is good touchdown to interception ratio. But when you take a look at their passer rating, they're virtually identical. And so you've got a team in Wisconsin coming into the season that has got guys come off the bench and is actually playing pretty well. Then you got an Oregon team who was supposed to be the #1 draft pick. I just think that the Wisconsin offense is better here. Okay. In what is really strange, we talked about this in a prior video with Ralph, despite the high rankings for both these teams, Wisconsin and Oregon, these two teams combined on the road, 7-5. They've done all their damage at home. You take your power ratings, they're probably 5 or 6 points higher for each of these teams playing in their home stadium as opposed to going on the road. I think there's a little bit more variance that way when you're playing on the road in that regard. But I like Wisconsin as long as it's less than 3 here.
Okay. Teddy?
So let me preface this by saying that the Pac-12 has gone 3-17-1 against the spread in their bowls. What, the last 3, 4? Is it 3 years or 4 years?
Even worse than the MAC.
Yeah,
Wow.
they've been worse than the AAC, worse than the MAC. So backing Pac-12 schools has been an absolute disaster in recent bowl seasons, and it may well be again this year. All that said, Oregon's better than Wisconsin. All right. I mean, watching these two teams all year, and I did, Oregon's better than Wisconsin. And I understand why Wisconsin's power rating is where it is. Because the Badgers at home, you talk about the two teams where the combined 7-5, Oregon had an understandable loss at Arizona State. You know, teams lose at night in Tempe. It happens all the time. It happens every year. They pull off an upset like that, and that happened to Oregon this year. They didn't play well that night. And they lost to Auburn in the opener?
Game could have gone either way.
Sure. They were fine on the road. Wisconsin was not the same team away from home. They had a big home field advantage, and every time they left home, they weren't as good. And from the eye test, that's really clear to me. And the other thing, that Oregon's defense doesn't get any. The Badgers had some really nice defensive numbers this year. Oregon did too, but Oregon doesn't seem to get the respect that Wisconsin's getting on the defense side of the football. And if you watch the Pac-12 championship game, you saw, and admittedly, Utah didn't bring their A game that night, but Oregon blew up the line of scrimmage again and again and again, and that's what they're capable of doing against Wisconsin. And if Jonathan Taylor can't run, Jack Cohn ain't going to pass him to victory. So I like the Ducks.
Well, I disagree with you on this one because I think Wisconsin's the team that will dominate the lines.
All right. So
when was the last time Wisconsin didn't dominate the lines? When they play obviously better talent like in Ohio State.
Or in
I just don't think Oregon's got. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Oh,
We
good,
shall
Brian.
see.
Opposite sides, man. You're going to draft me in to do the video. Doesn't mean I'm going to agree with you.
We'll see January 1st. Thank you, gentlemen. $9 Mondays at WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com. All daily packages for Monday's action are only $9, including any 5% best bets normally priced at $40.